What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another point guard badge tier series video. I've got my guy Matty, one of our point guards on Pacers Gaming in season 2. How's it going, Matt?
I'm doing good, Cody. How are you?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Just so you guys know, Matt does play point guard. He was also a Division I point guard for 4 years. So he's got that IQ. He's got the stick. Can definitely be trusted with your badges. So without further ado, this is the Playmaking Badge Tier Series video. That was a lot of words right there. Hopefully I could understand what I was saying. But let's jump straight into it, Matt. First badge up, we've got Ankle Breaker. What do you think, tier 1 through 4?
Ankle Breaker, this badge is terrible, tier 4.
Okay, we're getting right into it.
This game has been out, what, 2 months now? And I feel like I've seen Ankle Breaker pop up one clip with Steezo's clip, and Steezo he's just different. So yeah. I don't even know how Ankle Breaker to even pop up. So do not waste your badges on Ankle Breaker, trust me. And this is different from a lot of other years, right? This was a must-have badge in the past. Ankle Breaker was always the most OP badge. I don't know what happened this year. It's horrible. Like, you can't catch any ankles with badge.
Yeah. I think Mike Wang and the devs said, we're nerfing this. Nobody's using Ankle Breaker. Let's throw in tight handles and handles for days and some other badges. I don't know.
No. There's some goodies here. I'm not going to lie.
All right. What about Bailout? How baited are you this year?
Bailout? This might surprise some people. Because I actually laughed at this badge when the game first came out, but this badge is tier 2.
Tier 2, okay.
I love this badge with how OP hop steps are. Like, the ability to just bail out of a hop step and throw a dot is, oh man, like, this badge is so good, and you can pass out of your shot all the time. Like, I feel like this badge, if you can put it on, I'd say put it on. Okay, so tier 2 Bailout for point guards makes sense with how good, like you said, slithery, fancy footwork, hop steps in the lane, and if, heaven forbid, you do get baited on a 3 and need to pass out, Bailout is there to help you. Okay, break starter for a point guard. Are you using this at all? Break starter, I have tier 4. You usually, as a point guard, you're usually not getting. So you're usually the one getting the breaks, getting the starter pass instead of throwing it. So
probably a big man badge. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for point guards right now.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, dimer for a point guard. Where do you have this?
Dimer, I actually have this in tier 2.
Tier 2, okay. I'm surprised there. Why not tier 1?
I feel like I have 3 badges in tier 1, and I feel like they're just unmatched, honestly. But Dimer, I feel like this is very important. It could have been tier 1 if your corners are 50, because this game, I feel like in Pro-Am, if your corners can't hit, it's really game changing. So it was like flip flop for me between 1 and 2, but I gave it 2. So I would say buff this badge as high as you can if your corners really can't hit. But if they can shoot, I can use this badge point somewhere. Okay. I'm interested to see what your top 3 are now. You got me on the hook. So, all right. What about downhill? Downhill, I have this at 3.
Tier 3 for downhill. Okay.
This might be better in the park, but for good in Pro-Am, you're probably going to get fouled actually in transition a lot, so you might not get the opportunity to really just push the break as fast as possible. So
gotcha.
I was going to put it 2. It's a really good badge for when you're breaking stuff, but there's a lot of teams that foul, so you might want to use these points somewhere else.
That's a great point. I don't think any of the other guys have talked about that aspect of the game yet, but when you play elite comp Pro-Am teams, they foul any chance they get when you get out in transition.
They make you score in the half court.
Exactly. That's a great point, Matt. Okay, Dream Shake. I got to guess, tier 4 on this one?
Tier 4.
Okay, we're throwing it down there. Okay, anything to say about that, or just doesn't make sense for a point guard?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense for a point guard. It's just a little Hakeem shake. I don't see we ever need it. Okay, good deal. All right, now this badge is interesting. We've had quite a few people early in the year say this is a must-have badge in the comments. This is Flashy Passer. They love that it gives you takeover, but how important is it really for a point guard? Flashy Passer, I have this in tier 3.
Tier 3?
In Pro-Am, if you're hunting flashy passes, you're probably gonna mess up at some point. Like,
Yep.
You're not gonna be in a rhythm. Like it's just to kind of, I don't know. It's just as like a bailout to like get somebody badge and come back maybe in the game. I'm not sure, but in park, it's great. Like in transition, there's so much space. You can always hit a flashy somewhere. Somebody will get takeover, maybe even team takeover. You can run them off the court real quick. But in Pro-Am, there's not a lot of space for that. There's not a lot of options. The passes they don't go through all the time, even on a pure playmaker.
Got you. So maybe in park, if you have extra upgrades, throw it on there, get your takeover up. But Pro-Am, tough to allocate points there.
Very tough.
Good deal. Okay. Now, another controversial badge. I'm interested to see where you fall on this one, Floor General.
Floor General, I actually have this tier 2 just because I feel like the badge is great, but guards, if you have people on your team that have playmaking in their build, like play locks or like a play rim or something like that, I feel like you should ask them to put that badge on for you because you're the one that has the ball all the time. You're the one that's going to need the boost more so than them. So I'd ask them to put that on for you, and you can put a dimer for them. That's what I'd kind of tell you. But it's a great badge to help your teammates out for sure. That's why I have it tier 2, but I feel like it's best for someone else to use that for the guard.
That's a great point. I like it. What about in park? Do you think it's useful in park at all?
Very useful for park, especially like 2v2. Maybe you're playing with a shooting center. You can boost up their ratings for sure. It's different there, but 5v5, I'd say someone else should put it on for you.
Good deal. Perfect. Okay, moving on here. Okay, I'm not even going to guess, but talk to me about handles for days.
Handles for days, tier 1.
There it is. Okay, first tier 1 badge.
All right, man, when this game first came out, I couldn't take it. I felt like I'd do 2 size-ups and be blinking. So as soon as I got this badge to Hall of Fame, I would play the game more freely, and this is just a must-have badge.
All right, simple enough. Lob City Passer for a point guard.
Lob City Passer, I have tier 3. Just because lobs they're very good this year. I feel there's better badges to allocate points for. But if you really want to throw lobs like that, I feel like it's not a badge. I can't really argue with you for that.
And one thing we've talked about with Wolf, I'm pretty sure it was a lot of Wolf, and maybe even Bees touched on it in his video. If you only rank it up to bronze, you still get pretty good animation. So,
yes,
like you said, it's one that's a pretty good badge, but don't waste a ton of upgrades in it. Get those animations if you want them, if you need them. But otherwise, let's work on the tier 1 and 2 badges first here.
Exactly.
All right, Needle Threader.
Needle Threader, I actually have this in tier 2.
Tier 2.
On my pure playmaker or like slashing playmaker, this badge is really good. I feel like I took this badge off for a game and I feel like all my passes were stolen. So you can I'm not saying just blindly throw passes, but you can kind of just blindly throw passes because they don't.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to encourage you guys to do have bad habits, but you can really throw some crazy passes and they won't get stolen with this badge.
So what you're saying is turn openness to 100 and just tap X or A, right? Is that it?
Openness 98, bailout Hall of Fame, Needle Threader Hall of Fame. You guys are good.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to that. He's trolling. He's trolling. Please don't. Because if you're trying out for the league or you want to be an elite player, openness is not in the game, right? So let's take openness off, throw it in rice, and move on. Okay.
Oh, man.
All right, no more openness. All right, Pass Fake Maestro, Matty.
Pass Fake Maestro, I have this tier 4.
Tier 4. Okay.
The only time I've seen this badge used is in my career. I feel like I've pass faked a couple times and someone's like a computer has fallen down for some whatever reason, but this badge doesn't work in my game against other people. Gotcha.
So if you're grinding my career, maybe. Otherwise, not useful.
Yeah, you don't want to mess around, just play with a badge because you're bored, but in the park or Pro-Am.
Good deal. Okay, another big man badge. Do you see any use for post-spin technician, point guard?
No, I have post-spin in tier 4 too.
Tier 4. All right. All right, we're filling out that bottom lane here. I'm interested to see what your other 2 are. Let me look and guess here. All right, I think I got it. Let me know right now in the comments if you're watching. Don't cheat, but let's guess the other two tier 1 badges from Matty. All right, so right now go in the comments, type them, and don't cheat. Don't skip ahead. I don't want any cheaters out here. All right, next up, quick first step.
Quick first step, tier 1.
There it is. There it is. Okay.
This badge is huge. The speed boost you get out of this, out of hesitations, out of size ups, anytime, this badge will have you bursting so fast and people can't really keep up. It's just must have. As a point guard, you must have this badge, Hall of Fame.
Straight to Hall of Fame too, you said?
Straight to Hall of Fame.
Straight to Hall of Fame. Get it on purple. Don't look back. Definitely one of the best badges in the game. Okay, Space Creator.
Space Creator. Now this badge kind of tore me because for Park, I would say, honestly, for Park, this is a tier 1 badge. But for Pro-Am, I think this is tier 2. So I would go tier 2.
Tier 2, all right.
So I feel like this badge here is kind of what replaced Ankle Breaker, but you have to do snatchbacks and hop jumpers. So it's kind of weird. So in Pro-Am, there's not a lot of space to really get those animations off because there's a lot of pinching and there's more people on the court. So like doing hop jumpers and step backs won't really get you open. But in Park, where there's so much space, you can sit there and spam step backs and snatch backs and just break people's ankles. And
got you. Okay, interesting. That's the highest we've seen so far in the tier list for Space Creator, but it makes sense because it's a point guard. A lot of other builds doesn't make sense at all. Okay, final 3 here, Matt. Stop and go.
Stop and go. I actually have this tier 4.
Tier 4. Okay.
I think this badge is really bad. I feel like I've seen this activate 4 times. It just sounds better than what it is. Like it just really doesn't do anything. Like I feel like people are getting baited. They think stop and go is working when it's probably quick first step that's working. And it's just a regular hesitation. So I feel like stop and go is useless.
Got you. I just saw 2K Lab in the last 4 or 5 days released a video on stop and go and basically said exactly what you just did. The badge doesn't work. It doesn't pop up. It doesn't give you any good animations. So do not waste your badge points ever on stop and go until they fix it. Maybe they'll fix it and it'll be useful again. But as of now, don't use it. Okay, tight handles. Where we have this one.
Tight handles. This might be the best badge, tier 1.
Okay.
I'm sure all of you point guards know about that crazy behind the back that Sharp said in the beginning. Now, if you combine tight handles with that behind the back and you sit there and spam it a whole possession, you might stun the defender 3 times. all you have to do is that one move, and you just keep doing it over and over, and tight handles, and you'll stun the defender almost every time. It's really broken. They need to fix it in the game, but as long as they're not fixing it, I recommend tight handles on the ball.
Did you happen to see Wolf's tweet yesterday, Matt?
Yes, talking about it, they need to nerf tight handles.
Yeah.
It's bad. Like you can't guard. There's no way you can guard it.
Right.
Like as soon as you do the move, the defense already broke down. It's just about what you do after.
Yep. That's what Wolf tweeted. He asked 2K maybe to look into nerfing tight handles because that behind the back literally stuns the defender. If you do it 1, 2, 3 times in a row, the lock has no chance. So if you're playing point guard, tight handles is a must.
Must.
All right. Last but not least, where do you see Unpluckable?
Unpluckable, I was torn between tier 1 and 2. I actually went
tier 2, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because of the fact I've seen so many people complain about this badge on Twitter, and I've seen people lower the tier of this badge and people with bronze Unpluckable, and they kind of get plucked as much as people with Hall of Fame Unpluckable. So like I don't really know what to really make of this badge. I just know you have to have it at least on so you just not getting ripped by locks constantly.
Sure. This is one badge I would love for 2K Lab to go into. I think it'd be really interesting to see the difference between no badge, bronze, silver, gold, Hall of Fame. And I don't think they have yet, but I personally would love to see it because like you said, no one really knows how useful it is.
I just feel like you have to at least have it.
Yep. All right. Now we're at the part of the video. We see the tiers. Matt, give me your top 3 in order of how you would rank these up.
In order, I'd probably go quick first step first, handles for day second, tight handles third.
Okay. And then usually we don't do this, but we see that that's your top. We talked a lot about those 3. If we dipped into tier 2, what are the next 1 or 2 or 3 that you'd rank up?
The next one I'd probably go Dimer, Unpluckable, and then Bailout.
Okay. Makes sense. So throwing a little team aspect in there with Dimer once you have your dribbling badges at the top. Bailout if you need it, and Unpluckable to keep that ball safe. Makes sense. Any last thoughts on the playmaking badges for the viewers?
Those first 3 badges, once you get them, I'm telling you guys, you guys players will change.
Perfect. Good deal. Well, Matt, thanks again for hanging out in this playmaking badge tier series. Appreciate all your knowledge as a point guard.
Thank you guys for having me.
For sure, dude. All right, guys. As always, make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Let us know in the comments what you think about these tiers, and if you agree or disagree or any badges should fluctuate, let us know. We always love to hear it. We hope you guys have a great day from Cody and Pacers Gaming, and we'll see you in the next one. Boom. Boom, boom, boom.
There it is.
Good deal. There he is right there.
I'm here.
Speak of the devil.